It would require 100%, I'm sorry, not 100, 1,000% increase in the supply of homes for prices to stabilize, just to stabilize. So imagine that, 1,000%. If you go on the MLS today or you're on Zillow and you look at, gosh, where's all the houses? You know, number one, people are like, you know, they used to for hours go through Zillow and look at homes in areas.
Last week in Livingston County, less than 24 homes were listed.
That is insane. It's insane. I mean, you've been in the business for a long time. Like, you know, people coming in the market
That was
for the first time.
That used to be like a daily listing amount.
Oh, yeah.
That
More,
was a week.
yeah, even plus that. I mean, think about it.
Okay, wonderful.
Cut,
You're
take
on in
one.
3, 2.
This is Lauren Webb with KNE, and I'm here with Miss Kristi. And we have a special guest here to tell us why we should be buying in this crazy, crazy seller's market. Miss Linda.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm happy to
welcome.
be here. Hi, Kristi. So the bigger question is why today's market isn't like 2008. We get a lot of people that come in and see us. With Allen Edwin Homes, we're the largest privately owned builder in the state of Michigan. We build about 780 homes a year.
Wow.
And with the buyers that I'm seeing today, a lot of them are asking like, oh my gosh, pricing's going up. A bubble's going to happen. There's going to be a big crash.
The sky's going to fall.
Sky's going to fall. So I'd like to start off by explaining why today's market isn't 2008. So supply and demand and overall financial conditions of the market are different than 2008. Current conditions are largely sustainable. So we have more rigid lending requirements. Affordability rates are much lower today than they were in 2008.
And from my understanding, more homeowners today have equity, more equity than what they ever have had in their homes.
Yeah, they got that great opportunity when the market did crash in 2008 to pick up homes for, I mean, you're talking the foreclosures and the short sales.
You could buy homes less than what you can build them for now.
Yes,
Or even
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
with, you know, building costs coming up too makes it tougher, but we are definitely competing with the used market because the double-digit increases that are happening so quickly every single year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So 2007, households spent 39% of their household income on their mortgage payment, and the benchmark is 30. So
So people were overbuying,
totally over. They were
overextending
House
themselves.
poor.
Yeah.
supply is tight. You know, supply and demand right now, there's a huge demand and not much supply. One of the big factors that are different today from 2008 is the wave of foreclosures is not coming. So we've got the interest rates that are lower and
You know, just with the whole lending, the restrictions that are now in place with lending, you just said 39% of people were using 39% of their income to buy a house.
Right, and lending requirements are so rigid now. It's
and it's like the standard or like the go-to is like 30%. So that's automatically almost 10% people were over budgeting themselves. That's a huge amount for most families.
Oh, yeah. And our biggest issue right now with buying existing is getting the appraisal through.
Right.
You know, they're really paying attention to that because we've all kind of learned from the 2008 what happens when we're a little loosey-goosey. So
Right.
it's
Right,
definitely a different market now.
yeah, you definitely
More
don't hear the
restrictions.
no doc loans today.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Which were a huge trend back then. We've also got the largest amount of millennials coming into the home buying market. 46 million millennials are turning 34, which is the median age for first-time home buyers. There's
Babies.
Yeah, and Gen Z is right behind them. So we've got a huge portion of first-time home buyers coming into the market this year.
And many of those people have been, you know, their parents were affected by the foreclosure crisis. So it's kind of been impounded into their brains growing up to stockpile and save and not overextend. Fortunately, a lot of them have learned from their parents' mistakes.
Yeah.
So they're
Absolutely.
going into this a lot more educated than what my generation went
Absolutely.
into it.
I would say my most cautious buyers and most focused on, you know, budget and interest and those numbers are in those 30, 40-year-old buyers. They definitely don't want to overextend. And, yeah, I think they've learned from just seeing it because they grew up with that.
And you know what's funny, and it's a little bit off topic, but you brought this up to my mind. The other generations, they're more focused on lifestyle, quality, versus my generation was very much keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
If my neighbor or if my sister or my friend has this gorgeous 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath house on a lake, I have to have a 5-bedroom.
Yeah,
a
just
better
totally
lake.
competitive. Just one
Yes.
upping your neighbor. Yeah,
Yes.
I definitely.
And now it seems people are like, you know what? I want a nice house and a nice community, and I want it within my budget because I want to travel.
Yeah, it's not
Or
definitely
I
not
don't
the
want to
bigger
work
is better.
right. I don't want to work
generation.
2 and 3 jobs.
Yeah.
I want something that's smart, something that's affordable, something that's energy efficient because they're very conscientious of the environment. It's just a different mindset.
Yeah, it just seems like they like their free time better too. They want to make sure they have money to do the things. Like I hear a lot of people like, well, we like to have nice dinners and we
Right.
like to go up north. There's
The
small
quality of life.
Yeah, they definitely are focusing on that. Where I definitely know since I've been in the business in the early 2000s, people is exactly what you said. They're like, oh, they have this house. Well, I want a little bit more, or I want to be on the golf course or on the lake, and that definitely you don't see that today.
I want the model home, but better.
Yes. Yeah, they want to outdo each other.
Right.
So today, the supply and demand, that's what's driving the pricing up. So just to give you an idea, like right now, would you agree that the supply right now is probably right around under 30 days?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so when it is a normal, healthy real estate market, the inventory to be normal is around 4 to 6 months. Right now, we are at double-digit appreciation. So at 4 to 6 month inventory, you're talking about single-digit appreciation at a really slow and steady rate. So in the last 5 years in Michigan, what we've seen is under 4 months of inventory, which 3 to 4 months, you're seeing single-digit appreciation in the market. So, but for the last 3 years, we have been looking at double-digit appreciation, which is a 1 to 2 month supply of homes. And just to give you an idea, in 2008, we had about a 14-month inventory with all of those foreclosures and the saturation of all the homes on the market and the pricing. That's double-digit depreciation, which we kind of went through, with the crash all at
Right.
once, which was shocking to the nation. But a lot of people were able
It was
to
fast
pick up.
and hard.
Yeah, it was fast and hard, and a lot of people were able to pick up their homes much cheaper. But the biggest part I think that affected the inventory today is investors picking up those foreclosed homes, buying most of those homes under $100,000 and taking that inventory and using it for the rental market.
Right.
So those homes have been paid off for a long time. The renting market is as the supply and demand is just as bad as the housing market, which
crazy.
typically
Right.
we don't see that. So rentals are at an all-time high and inventory is at an all-time low. So there's no inventory anywhere. But, what we still have going for us today in this market is the interest rates.
Right.
We've got definitely we have inflation on the horizon, and the easiest way for the federal government to slow inflation is to raise those interest rates. So we're going to be seeing that hit the market this year. Which
For
will,
sure.
Yeah, I
There's
definitely think
definitely.
that'll slow the market down a little bit, but it's with the demand problem, the supply problem with the high demand, we'll still see pricing go up and transactions happening just as quickly.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's still a backlog of home buyers from last year that are still struggling to find things. I would
yeah,
say it's
we've
going
had-
to take at least 2 years to balance to a stabilized market.
Yeah, we've had many people say, let's sell, we'll rent for a year.
Yep.
And all those people have now something real fun to look forward
Yes.
to. But yeah,
So
definitely.
do you have less listings, or listings are selling quicker now today? Is that?
So we have less listings, and the reason why we have less listings is because they're selling. As soon as we get them, they're usually sold within a week. So it's the constant momentum of let's get the listing, let's get it on the market. Oh, we got to get another one because that one's gone.
It makes it fun to be in the business right now.
Exactly. So where we used to maybe have an inventory of anywhere from 10 to 18 is what was kind of always our goal, to constantly have that active. We're lucky if we maybe have 2 or 3 active at a time because they just go
Wow.
that quick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I listed the week
it's very
before
fortunate to
Christmas.
have builders like you that have inventory.
Yeah, and that's
spec homes.
definitely, I think a lot of, people just educating people that, because most people think I can't afford new construction.
I have to wait a year to get it.
Yep, or time. At Allen Edwin Homes, we do a 60% spec inventory. So, just I've got a listing here of, 60 houses that we have coming up in the next 4 months.
Right.
Which a lot of people think I can't afford it. We make it really affordable. I know, Kristi, you work with veterans a lot.
I do.
As a builder, we definitely appreciate their service, and in exchange for that, their down payment with us is very low. Usually around $5,000 would be the average deposit for a veteran, and that gets them into a new home. And we're a VA approved builder, which is a little different. We don't just have VA approved neighborhoods. We actually went and did the work to be a VA approved builder, which just, the VA wants to make sure their veterans are taken care of. They're not going to get a fly by night builder that are not financially responsible.
You're
So
taking care of them and
we
making sure that
definitely-
you have all the ducks in the row to make it an easy transaction.
Yeah, and we can also make those homes 100% turnkey for those veterans. So we adding all of the landscaping, deck, all the things that are usually with new construction, not included.
Right.
So definitely we want to take care of the veterans because they took care of us.
Yay. We love that.
We do.
We love doing business with you because, what your partnership with Veterans United.
Yes.
Yay.
Love
They
that.
always
we
get
love-
excited when it's Allen Edwin.
I know.
You'll say new construction, and you
They're
just
like,
feel the pause on the phone, like, who? Who's building it? Allen Edwin. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
done
definitely,
that.
we have the pleasure right now, we're working with one of your clients, and he definitely, Corey came in, he works hard
Yep.
now. He was in the Marines,
Yes.
right? And he's out of the Marines, and he's got a full-time job. He travels all the time. He's a first-time home buyer. And when he came to us with Kristi, he was just like, he's very exhausted looking at the used market.
Right.
Like,
He
why
was-
is he paying?
He was beat up.
Yeah, he was just like $300,000 for a 70-year-old home that's going to need new flooring and paint, and it's got an old furnace, older roof, and he just came kind of frustrated. And he bought a house with us. We got him a house under 300.
Yep.
In the area he was looking for, brand new. He does have to wait a little bit, but he was willing to wait because he
Yeah.
wanted to be able to.
It's the security
yeah,
of
and
knowing I'll wait, 6 months, I'll wait a year, but then I'll have a house.
He'll have a house and it'll be what he wants and not what he's
Exactly.
settling for.
Exactly, and it's zero replacement cost. So he could have went two routes with us. He could have built a home in the neighborhood, which he definitely qualified for. But what he wanted was a house that was turnkey with all the bells and whistles. And he got it, and he's going to have it move in about 4 months earlier than if he would have built by himself. So we've
So
got
we had a little
inventory.
head start on it.
Yeah, we've got inventory that is ready now, and we've got inventory coming up for the next 10 months. And then our build time right now is a little tricky because the supply chain is
Right.
definitely, we're suffering with materials, but our build time is still right at a year. And we stay true to, we try to set up the proper expectations with
Right.
with each of our clients. And we stay true to we're building out about a year, but that gives people time to get their ducks in a row. And
Yeah. Save for additional down payments or furniture.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, new house, new furniture.
Yeah.
Why not?
You can't go in there with an old sofa.
That's what we did when we built.
Me too. I can't say.
Like, no.
But once you get in there, you're like,
But
this
yeah.
sofa's not going to work.
That's what I'm saying. You get in there, new floors, fresh paint.
Right.
Sad sofa.
Exactly.
So
It took us 6 months to furnish our whole house, but yeah. If
know,
it didn't
one
fit in the
more-
back of a pull-behind trailer, it did not come into my new house. I was lucky my kids made it.
Were you out of state though at that
I was,
time? you
and I was
purchased?
cheap too.
Yeah,
'cause
that
it's,
was
it's a lot of
really-
money to spend.
Honestly,
I-
a lot of trust you put into your husband.
I know that was
Taking
scary.
care. I know. And you were busy with all those babies. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm like, just pick it out. God, I hope I'm not making a mistake. Pick
You
it
were
out.
too tired to care. It's
I
fine.
was. 5 kids under 5. Yeah, I was too tired.
A year later, you woke up and you were
Exhausted.
like, "Oh, okay, this works."
Oh, yeah, nice new house, new state. It's perfect. Another thing I want to bring up with our builder is, inflation right now, it's affecting everything, including the materials that we use to build the homes. One thing that we are committed to is when you purchase a home with us, whether you're building it or buying a spec home, an inventory home that we already have complete, we will lock in the pricing. Even though we're not going to deliver your home for a year, we will lock in all of the material costs today.
Which
Which
is
is-
so nice.
It's
It
very
is.
rare for a builder.
It is.
I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and I have friends that sell homes, and I have a friend that's selling homes with a competitor, and they have to put an escalation clause in every one of their purchase agreements just in case, because right now lumber's over 200% that it's gone up since
COVID.
2020. Yep, since COVID. A lot of other concrete is affected, and those
300%, I heard.
300% concrete has gone up. Yeah, so we're willing to, even though with the that nothing is stable, we're willing to stabilize that pricing for your clients.
And that's huge. I haven't seen it in state so much, but a lot of the people that I mastermind with and that I associate with have talked about some builders out of state that are putting, sort of like what you said with an escalation clause, their contracts pre-state that they can go up to 30% over the contract price in the event of material.
And what's hard, with
material cost.
With Allen Edwin Homes, what we do is we are funding the build. If people feel more comfortable getting a construction loan up front because of the interest rates, we're definitely okay with that. But we are also, what we do most of the time is we fund the loan, or we fund the building, and they get the loan at the end when the house is complete. So,
and when you sign the contract, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys buy everything then and there,
yeah,
don't
we
you?
definitely.
So that kind of helps keep the cost down and make sure that you're getting what you want and that there's not going to be shortages.
Yeah, we have a design studio that they will go and choose all of their home options. And what's nice is our design studio is 7,000 square feet. It's got fully simulated kitchens and bathrooms. So they're going to choose all their colors, not from small samples, but from fully simulated kitchens and bathrooms and large flooring samples. So once they go there, then we secure all the materials so that we can lock in the pricing, because we don't want to be left, just
holding the bag.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're doing this. We're a business,
It
and
can
we want to
change
make
so quickly. Even something as simple as gas prices can lift every price of everything you purchase.
Good.
So.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely drives a lot of the pricing.
It makes the consumer feel better served and more protected. I mean, I couldn't imagine purchasing something for $300,000 and sign the contract and say, okay, well, it's $300 today, but at the end of the day, it could be up to $390,000, give or take a couple dollars.
That's a huge difference. Yeah.
Up to 30% potential price increase.
And we all know when you're, especially when they're designing, there are some things that they would love to have, but they're not necessarily something they have to
cosmetic
have.
things that
So, if you're looking at that, well, it could be 300, but it could be 390. Should we really get the tile that I fell in love with, or should we not? And
then you're settling again.
You're settling, or you're waking up to go, ooh, 390, okay.
So I'm glad that we don't have to deal with that here.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing with Veterans United is they, correct me if I'm wrong, but they lock in today's rate within 6 months of closing.
They
I
can
believe
do
Corey,
they could do 6 months.
Yeah, within
no sooner
6
than
months.
6 months.
Yeah, and we've got other loan programs that our lenders will lock in today's rate for up to a year, which that is, that's
right now in that
something.
market, that's huge.
Yeah, nobody has a
Especially
crystal
this summer,
ball, but
yeah.
what we do know just based on history is when inflation goes up, interest rates
Right.
usually go up to slow the speed of the inflation. So that happening, we're a solution-based builder. We're always looking for things that will help our clients just with a smoother process. So I do think that's important. Even a backup, if you're, we've got a lot of people that are like, definitely loyal to the bank they've been banking with, but as a safety net, we have our lenders, our preferred lenders that will lock in today's rate for up to a year for free with no deposit.
So nice.
Yeah, that is, definitely, I don't see that anywhere else. I know a lot of lenders would like to have a solution like that, but the truth is that 60 days usually is their top lock-in.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because I haven't heard of anyone predicting lower interest
So
rates
I
or the same interest rates.
As you guys were talking, I was really paying attention. I wasn't texting people. I just
Always
calculated the difference on a $300,000 mortgage. Like right now, if you just Google mortgage calculator, it pops up with an automated 3.67, which is like today's average rate. So for a $300,000 house, from 3.67 to 4.67, it went from $1,377 a month to $1,551 a month. And
that's substantial.
That's huge. I mean, that is taking you from, if your approval is at $300,000, that's essentially taking you down to like $250,000. So by waiting, you are taking your purchasing power and reducing it as the interest rates go up. So that $300,000 house that you can afford today, if interest rates go up 1%,
it's almost 10%. I mean, that's huge.
you're not going to be able to afford that. You're only going to be approved for $250,000.
Yeah.
So if you think buying now is hard because of restrictions with your budget, imagine how it's going to be when the interest rates go up. and now you're restricted to,
They'll be
interest rates
priced
are
right out
going
of the
up,
market, and
prices
that's-
going up, but your affordability is going down.
It's definitely, when I meet with people, we like to explain this to everybody because they don't think about it. And we write it down and show them in hard numbers, like, this is
Yeah.
what you're approved for today.
That
With today's
actually
interest
really
rates, and if
surprised
they
me
go
what
up
the difference
1%,
was.
the exact same payment, it's usually 10% less house, which that's pretty major.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll price people right out of the market, which I think
I
is...
mean, to me, that's a big difference to me. It would make me definitely second.
Well, just
guess.
lock in that interest rate. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're getting today's pricing, even though we're not going to... with double-digit appreciation, like building a home, there's zero replacement cost. But what I like to tell people is, in a year, if we're having double-digit appreciation and you're buying at today's pricing, but we're delivering your home in 1 year, that's huge.
Yeah.
If you can go up double-digit, even 5%.
Unlock the door the first time and have equity.
Yeah.
Potentially.
It's definitely, it makes a difference, and it keeps, for us as a builder, we definitely, we're selling more homes today than ever, which is great, but the conditions today, it's a lot harder. There's a lot
Right.
more risk, but we put it out there, and we do lock in today's pricing today, which I think for your clients would be such a benefit.
Absolutely.
Just move
What
on.
else you got for us, Linda?
Well, I just think if the supply of housing remains under 5 months, pricing will continue to rise. Customers
and
lose
demand,
buying
yeah.
power. So just to kind of say that again in a way that people can understand it, they will lose their buying power. And buying today, people think there's this magical inventory every spring that's going to come onto the market, and I think
The
everybody's
floodgates
like,
are gonna open.
Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till spring.
Have houses just like in your pocket that you're forgetting about until
I think
today.
pre-COVID, I think it was pretty predictable, don't you think, Kristi? I mean, the market,
March
you could
to
say
May,
spring,
that was
March
when
to
it was
May. We
like-
knew a lot of homes are going to come on the market. Typically, it'll flood maybe 6 months of inventory, but for since COVID, so since March of 2020.
All rhyme and reason has gone out the window since COVID.
Yeah.
How many times have all of you said, what normally happens,
Yeah,
but,
it is.
blah, 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 but we have no idea what's happening
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah, it's just not predictable. I mean,
I know what today. This is what's happening.
as a builder in September or in December of any given year, we could predict that we sell usually typically around 40 homes is a pretty, we got a couple holidays and people are traveling and the weather outside is a factor. But this year and last year, our Decembers, I mean, we've done twice as much as the typical year
Right.
Oh,
in
yeah.
sales, which for us, it's like, we have a funny saying around our office is, spring markets now in December, it starts, whereas typically it wouldn't start until March.
Right.
In the last 2 years, really, it's all year round. It's, whatever we can build, we sell.
Well, in the past 10 years that I've been doing real estate, between mid-September to mid-December, that's like my catch-up and
Sleeper.
recoup.
Yeah. You go on vacation.
Exactly.
It's like that's when you schedule that.
I go
you
through
don't-
my Facebook memories and I see, oh, I was at the beach. Oh, I was at the beach. I was here. I was there. And
How much free time do you have?
none.
It's funny.
This year it's like, oh, wow, I had a life one time.
Usually between Christmas and New Year's, typically is a time you could just say, okay, let's regroup. Let's, kind of
Spend time
recharge.
with family.
Yeah, spend time with family. And, it's been incredibly busy these last 2 years,
I
especially.
listed a house the week before Christmas, which 2-3 years ago.
I mean, who does
You would have
that?
never done that.
Yeah,
I
people
would've said,
don't-
wait until after. No one's gonna look at it. This is a waste of your efforts. Sold Christmas
And a week
Eve.
before Christmas, who wants to, it's like people, they're just,
Yeah.
you got the serious buyers, but today I feel like for the last year, it's all serious buyers.
It
the
is.
whole market. There's no tire kickers. I mean, it's people who are determined.
And the people that are coming in right now are more educated. They have more financial backing and they're ready.
But
But it's our job to keep the expectations in check.
I feel like today too, more people they're staying with family or staying, with friends or renting before they buy. They want to make sure that it's perfect.
They have that safety
Right.
net.
Yeah, and buyers today, we're seeing so many people that have already saved the 20% down to give them a better position for the used market, but they come to us just thinking, do you have anything?
Right.
We've been looking, but again, like people think, a brand new home built is not affordable for them, and that's what
And
we
it
at Allen
is.
Edwin, we have inventory ranging from around 240,000 up to 600,000 in the Southeast Michigan market, but we are all over Michigan, so we sell homes in 130 communities in the state of Michigan, so we're all over, and everything is brand new, and we have right now probably a good 40% of our homes that we sell are inventory homes that are ready now or within the next 6 months.
And one of the things I really want to stress, you don't have competition typically. So when you go to a new build community, you go in, you pick your lot, and you put a deposit on. There is no multiple offers. There is not a bidding war.
We've all seen the
It's the
TikTok
first-
where
it's-
he's got an apple.
Yes, I have it. Yes.
And he's like, who wants this apple? And 50 people are going, there's one apple. And they go, do you want the apple? Yes. Okay, great. And that's it.
Yeah, it's literally the first person to sign the contract and lay a deposit gets the house.
First come, first serve. We don't escalate pricing. We don't, a lot of our homes, our inventory homes too, they're priced really well. We've got some inventory homes that we have already put everything into them. Like you could buy a house today in Fowlerville for under $300,000 that is literally turnkey. Everything is included. The
Right.
grass, the garage door opener, every appliance is in the home. That's a pretty good, for under $300 today, basically anywhere. That,
You can't buy
Yeah,
much
you're talking
anything
about
under.
15.
I know
People
some
rent
builders
payment
who
is
don't do
more expensive than
mailboxes.
their mortgage.
So to have grass, everything
It's
everything
turnkey
done?
ready. Literally, they have to get window treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of communities like that. I just use Fowlerville as I'll use Corey,
Well, it's right
your
down the
client
street from
Corey,
us.
that signed with us. He has everything is included with the exception of grass. He's going to have to put grass seed down. He's probably going to invest around $1,500 to $2,500, but he's got a brand new
then he's
home,
done.
brand new roof. All of our homes. So one of the things I didn't mention yet is all of our homes are Resnet certified, and what that means is we are 30 to 40% more energy efficient than a typical used home. A lot of them were actually more energy efficient, 30 to 40% than Michigan code asks for. So new construction to new construction, which is apples to apples, they're going to save on utility bills that never go away.
Right.
That is huge. And then all of our homes come with a 10-year structural warranty. So that's just peace of mind.
That's transferable.
Yeah, that transfers one time for free. So that definitely will help them out. In case, average first-time home buyer is going to move every 4 to 6 years, but I don't know if that trend's going to stay. What do you think about that trend?
Well, how many times have you sold a home to somebody who said it was their forever home, and then 2 to 3 years later they call you up and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Can you come on over and let me know what my house is worth? We're thinking of
Forever
moving."
home was less than forever. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. Because life changes, and
Yeah,
sometimes you go
definitely.
in directions you weren't intending on.
Exactly.
Or family dynamics change.
Yeah.
I have someone who just is, they thought their mom was doing great and she, an illness struck her and now they have to, they're moving her in with that and they need a bigger space. And they had just bought a house a year and a half ago. So they thought it was their forever home, but
Or
here
the
they are with a
unbelievable
dynamic
job
change.
opportunity that throws,
Or
thrown in your lap.
with today's, employment, I have a lot of people who are getting promoted because there's a shortage of workers and they need more people in the workforce. So they're switching jobs to a better job with more money and they can afford more house. I think that working from home now, people need extra space in the home. So what did 2000 COVID teach us? That we need more space in the home. If you have 2 people that are working from home and then have kids that are being homeschooled, they need more space. Separate space in the home. So people are definitely like, wow, we need more space.
Not only the space aspect, but I think one of the things that COVID taught us was home is home. It should be a retreat too. So we have to play the balance of, okay, I might have to work from this place. So we want the functionality, but we want it to have the amenities.
So that when you're home, you're
So-
comfortable
exactly.
and you feel like you're getting recharged.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of on the border of, I just kind of sleep there. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
I'm out. I'm
doesn't
with my
matter.
friends. I'm, going out to dinner. I like the city. It doesn't really matter. And then COVID happened. And it's like,
Right. No
ooh, these
restaurants.
4
All of a
walls.
sudden, they need
Yeah.
functional kitchens, more
Yeah.
space in the
Yeah.
kitchen, more storage space.
Home ownership, in my point of view, and for many people, pre 2020 was disposable. When I don't like it, I can sell it and I can buy another one. I can get something better. I can get something that I really like. I really need. This will work for today.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Another, maybe to kind of close out this podcast, a lot of questions I get are, when will prices go down? You know, people. Do you guys hear people asking you that? When do prices go down? You know, when is it going to happen?
As soon
people
as you
say,
can
I'm
buy
going
a
to wait.
Nacho Bel Grande for under $5 again.
The old Taco Bell economic lesson 101. Is that what you're going to?
Exactly.
So at our current
still bitter about
supply
that.
of under a month's inventory, right now we're at under, a lot of places are just 2.5 weeks of inventory. That's you know, as low as it's ever
Right.
been, but it has been at that number for a good, it's been over a year. It would require 100%, I'm sorry, not 100, 1,000% increase in the supply of homes for prices to stabilize, just to stabilize. So
I can
imagine
see
that,
that.
1,000%. If you go on the MLS today, or you're on Zillow and you look at, gosh, where's all the houses? You know, number one, people are like, you know, they used to for hours go through Zillow and look at homes in areas.
Last week in Livingston County, less than 24 homes were listed.
That is insane. It's insane. I mean, you've been in the business for a long time. Like, you know, people coming in the market
That was
for the
a
first
daily.
time.
That used to be like a daily listing amount.
Oh yeah,
That was
more.
a week.
Yeah, even plus that. I mean, think about it. You know, 4 to 6 months of inventory for a normal, healthy market, and now it's under 2 weeks, and we need 1,000% increase. Those numbers are staggering, and you get people who really aren't first-time home buyers that have no idea that this is the way it is. When you get a new buyer, Kristi, are they like, okay, these are the homes I want to go see. Here's my list. I'll see you on Saturday at noon. And say they did that on Wednesday, and they gave you 5 homes. How many homes are you actually going to see on Saturday?
Maybe one, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's nice
Absolutely.
on my end when you come to me and say, you know, I've got this client. We had 5 homes set up, only 1 now today. I can show them 1. And actually, they told me, Linda, that they want highest and best by 5 o'clock. The odds
Right.
aren't really looking
We're
good
going
for
to
your
see
buyer.
it at 4:30.
Yeah, exactly. The odds aren't looking good, and so for our
absolutely.
inventory, it definitely, it's a solution that I don't think many people are thinking of. But you know, coming to a builder, a lot, you know, like I said, it's great because you're a great partner for us, Kristi and Lauren. We appreciate it because you educate your buyers. But just for people out there not knowing that they can afford new construction, you know, a lot of people just think about construction loans and, you know, just headache.
It's scary.
And,
It's the unknown.
And if they listen to people who talk, they're like, oh my gosh, we shot our budget by 30 grand when we were building a home. You know, those things are the things that it will not happen. We're solution based. We're very mindful of your budget, whether you're building or if you have a spec home that's turnkey. We definitely are mindful of your client's budget, and we keep the price where it's at. And they always do end loans, which,
Right.
you know, when the house is
And that's
done, you're
big.
financing it, which, it's definitely helpful.
And the other thing you guys do really well is you present the information, all the numbers, all the facts right there in the beginning, and then it's just kind of like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take
That's
it
most
or-
important. You know, you got to explain the compromise to people because nobody's coming in the market finding the perfect house. When they first start looking, they're like, okay, I want 4 bedrooms. I want a jacuzzi bathtub. I'd like this and this and that. But, you know, everyone's going to have a little bit of compromise when they come into the market. And I think that's what we help, you know, sitting down with your client. On average, we spend about 1.5 hours with each one of our appointments. And we're really just trying to educate them on the market conditions and what we have and what they want and where they end up. Definitely, I can
Walk
say
them
with
through the
building,
process.
yeah, it's definitely, they get most of what they're looking for with us, which I think is, you know, it's beneficial in today's market with very low inventory. You know, it just,
Yeah, and you guys, you know, you can attest. If somebody isn't interested in the home, you know you're going to sell it.
Right.
It's not going to be a high.
Yeah, so it's not a high pressure.
Like, you got to buy this. I got to feed my children tonight.
And it's not, at the same time, it's not done where, I mean, they're very compassionate, but it's very low pressure. Like, this is what we deliver. It's no haggling.
we're
this
definitely
is-
not trying to sell them something. We're trying to show them
Right.
what we have and then kind of.
Which is why you're one of my favorite builders. Just so you know.
What do you mean one? I think we are the favorite,
have
right?
to be fair.
Don't know who's watching.
I am thinking about buying you lunch today, so I want to be the
Yes,
favorite,
you're
even if it's
favorite.
just for one lunchtime quick. But yeah, I
You're
definitely.
my favorite.
Thank you. That's all we want to hear. You know,
all I
Karen and I
need.
love working with you and your team just because you guys definitely know the conditions of the market, talk about, we're here to educate, but you already have educated your clients and they come to us knowing it's a great solution, that we're trustworthy and we're going to do what we say. And again, just not trying to sell them something, really just
Right.
showing them what we have if it fits their needs, doing an interview with them, finding out exactly what they want and just seeing if we have it and
I
if
like
it's a
that.
good solution.
I like interview. That's what it is, at least to me. It's not like, okay, well, here's what you should just buy
Shoving
this.
it down their
Yeah.
throat.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, here, what do you need? Okay,
Yeah.
well, here's what we have.
We ask a
and
lot
back
of
and forth.
questions. Don't you think,
You do.
Kristi? We spend about a half hour asking them what they want and what they need. There's a
And we go
must-have
to look
list.
pretty, but that's about it.
And you guys always look great, so we appreciate that. But yeah, it's definitely not. We're in business to sell homes. But if you don't stop and take the time with your clients to educate them and find out exactly what they're looking for,
Yeah.
and then letting them
Well,
know.
and it's reputation based.
Yeah.
So because you do get to know what the client needs and wants, and you try to deliver that product, you're separating yourself from a lot of other builders that are bottom line driven. Well, obviously bottom line is very important to you. Your retention and your reputation is very important. And because you guys put so much focus on that, it kind of envelopes the whole consultation and interview process.
Yeah, I
with the
definitely
clients.
appreciate that. And we work hard at that. We do every client that builds with us, we survey them through a third party, the Guild survey, it's basically how JD Power is to cars, the Guild survey is to homes. We won the Guild Master Award last year. It's our
Yay.
second time, but it's a third party that surveys all of our clients 3 months after they live in the home. So they can have a chance to go through the whole build process and have a little bit of warranty. We have a 92 plus approval with the Guild
That's awesome.
survey, which is wonderful. And then, like I said, we won the Guild Master Award twice, which is hard to do. I mean, today's age with Google and, just Yelp and all these things where people can, take you down on the internet behind the scenes, we have a good reputation that we survey from a third party. So we're definitely really proud of that. And it shows that people would recommend us to their friends and family. And that's really why we do it. We're doing it for, just
greater
really
good.
enriching, people's home ownership is one of the biggest things that people strive to have. It's the biggest investment people are going to make. And we just want everyone to know that we take it serious. We're going to nurture you and we're going to take care of you as we would take care of our friends and family.
So they're an extension of us. We've got your back. They've got your back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, partnership. We
There you go.
definitely appreciate your partnership, and we work hard to maintain the trust and our reputation with you and with your clients, taking care of them 100% every time.
Thank you. And thank you for coming out today.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you
it
so
was
much.
nice. It's lunchtime now.
It's
Yes.
lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
Let's go.
She brought
That's
us
why
lunch.
we're here. All right, bye, you guys. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.